What I wanted to do was talk about the rookies today. And there's no better place to start than Cooper Flagg,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
So Cooper Flagg in his first 2 summer league games goes for like 10 points in the first game. Wasn't like, I don't know. I'm like hesitant to say he wasn't great. I would say he didn't shoot the ball great.
I would
more
agree.
than anything in that game.
Yep.
Then the second game, things get figured out. And I don't want to say he dominates, but like he plays exceptionally well. Looks like every bit the superstar that we thought. He has 31 points, gets to the line 13 times, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers. Was everything that we want. And the other thing I will note is he was playing on this Dallas Summer League team that was like just an abomination. Look, I get it that Dallas is like laden with vets, and I feel like the agency world probably did not want to place guys in Dallas because they have pretty damn close to a full roster, and their guys like don't really get a chance to play on 2 ways, right? So I think that they probably were not like the first pick for where to place like the high end undrafted guys, right?
Sure.
But man, can we do just like a little bit better outside of Ryan Nembhard building this team? Nembhard was great. Like that's a perfect guy to get for them. They did an amazing job with him, and he looks like a real 2-way that, you know, I think he's probably going to be like a third guard, but a 2-way that could be like really valuable for them. We need to do like a little bit better next time of building out a summer league team that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, their second leading scorer, I mean, truly, and I mean, it's Miles Kelly whenever Cooper Flagg's not playing, and 75% of his shots come from the 3-point line. I mean, that's not a knock at Miles Kelly. It's just like Miles Kelly, for what he is, shouldn't be the focal point of the offense whenever Cooper's not on the floor. And so I think that's important context. There's always a lot of important context, anytime we talk about guys, especially in summer league. You're going to hear us say, I don't know how many times over the next 4 hours of conversation on this episode and the next, that it is summer league, that percentages have a lot of variance in summer league. It's not always the most trend. So like with Cooper, my biggest takeaway was, where was he getting his shots? Right. And that was one thing I did find interesting. Yes. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm interested to see if you thought this as well. If I had to say Cooper Flagg wants to get to quote unquote his spot right now, his spot to me looks like anywhere in the mid-range off the dribble.
Yeah. I would have said like elbows.
Yeah. I mean, like I have one in my mind that's like on the baseline, but that was probably the minority. But operate in the middle of the floor, get to an elbow, shoot a mid-range pull-up. I'm not saying that's bad. That was just one of my first takeaways when I watched him and then went back and rewatched again.
So this is where the context I think is important for me, because he played with Jamarion Sharp and Moussa Cisse, right?
Yeah.
In that second game, they played against San Antonio. Those two played 29 minutes, right? So they played, I felt like most of Cooper's minutes were with those guys on the court. How many shots do you think those two guys combined took in the second game?
Cisse and
Jamarion Sharp.
And
so
Sharp?
7'5" kid from Western Kentucky.
No,
7-footer from Memphis and Oklahoma State and a couple other places.
Combined shots, I'll say 5.
They took 0 shots in the second game combined, and they just took up space in the middle. And that's literally all they did. Like they literally just took up that space on the interior because they definitely can't shoot. So when you say that, oh, like everything Cooper was getting was in the mid range, I think a big part of it was that's kind of where he had to go because the help was just right there at the rim every single time, helping off of Jamarion Sharp or Moussa Cisse. Right. Yeah. So I say that to say that, yes, he absolutely lived in the mid range, but I didn't think he had any problems getting to his spots.
I would agree.
Like I thought that I thought he overpowered everybody at Summer League. Like people said, like Bronny James did a good job on the block against him. I was like, guys, like he just moved Bronny James back every single time. It's just that there was a help guy at the rim. He had no problem just like immediately pushing Bronny back. I thought Baisley did like okay on him in the first game, but there was never a point where I thought Cooper looked like he wasn't getting what he was trying to get to. And I thought he was super high level in terms of being able to get to the spots he wanted. And I thought he was super high level in terms of being able to create the shots that were available.
Well, I think the thing I came away most impressed was his passing. I thought he was making very quick decisions. And yeah, I mean, he had Nembhard out there who orchestrated the offense at times, but a lot of possessions I feel like started with the ball in Cooper Flagg's hands. And so then my thought process was like, how much are we going to see this with the actual Dallas Mavericks to start 25-26 or throughout the season, especially until Kyrie Irving gets back? And so I came away very impressed with his passing, and that role. I'm interested to see his ability to like create separation and advantages in that role. I almost found myself, not that I thought he looked bad at all. I almost found myself just going sometimes, man, I wonder what he'd look like off the ball. I want to see the all around package of like him running in transition, him baseline cutting, him being
that's the other thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. I feel like we missed 50% of what makes him good on the offensive end, Sam.
The whole thing with Cooper to me is that Cooper is amazing as this off-ball scorer, right? He is great at cutting. He is a great offensive rebounder. He is a great transition player. And we saw the transition stuff, I thought, to some extent, for sure. I thought that he was so tasked with playing on the ball because the rest of their summer league team was just not good. I mean, God, Bryce, he scored 31 of their 69 points in the second game. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And like people will bring up, like I see people in the comments bringing up like Carter Bryant did well against him in the second game. I would agree. I think that's more of a statement on Carter Bryant than it is on Cooper Flagg. And we'll talk about Carter literally like next. I thought Carter did a great job, but to be honest with you, Carter did I didn't think Cooper felt bothered by Carter Bryant. Like he was able to get past him in transition. Like Carter would pick him up full court, and he had no problem using his frame, using his body, keeping Carter on his backside and on his hip, and then getting to the rim. Carter got him once at the rim, blocking a shot that I thought was super impressive, getting back in recovery. But he absolutely was trying to get Carter Bryant switched off of him. That was a reality because Carter was annoying the absolute shit out of him. And that's a credit to Carter. It's not a demerit to Cooper. I thought Carter was incredible defensively at Summer League. I thought he was the best player defensively I saw at Summer League, but we'll talk about that in a second. Man, I just didn't see anything that made me question Cooper in any way, shape, or form. In this, it's Summer League at all. I thought he got to his spots in the mid range. The shot didn't look great. I think the pull up jumper particularly will probably take a minute, but there is nothing that I'm worried about with Cooper based off of what we saw at Summer League. This dude looks like an absolute superstar to me.
Yeah, I land the same spot. Like we evaluate him at a different level in the same way we will with like Dylan Harper. And so there weren't concerns. There was just like, I also felt like he looked better as an off the ball defender than on the ball defender. But I think we knew that going in as well, right? Like that was something we talked about with his defense. Not getting to see the off the ball offense was frustrating, even though it was fun seeing play on the ball. So listen, I don't come out of this with any concerns in the same way that you don't. I realize there's certain possessions and stuff that you can pick up. The one game where he shot bad, but guys, like everything you see, the shooting percentages are like the least translatable if you just want to look at box score stat of just about anything from Summer League to a player's rookie season. And so, and that's going to go both ways because we're going to talk about guys that shot like 60% from three, in Summer League. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, if they do that in their rookie season, they're going to be rookie of the year. So we'll see what it looks like with Cooper. And like you said, especially a team like there was some teams that it's just like the team construct or the style of play, I think is definitely an important context. Like anytime the Raptors played Sam, I was like, okay, this is really it, because their style of play for Summer League was so fascinating because they were so aggressive defensively. And then some teams just straight up had more talent than other teams. I mean, so like there's all these little nuances that go with it.
So yeah, two additional notes here. Defensively, I agree with you. I thought Cooper looked way better off the ball defensively than on the ball. He still has like that hunch a little bit on the ball defensively, and I think it's going to take him a little bit more time than people think on the ball to be like a true impact defender. Off the ball, he's going to make an impact. That dude flies around. Yes. He blocks shots. He is consistently available and help. He had 4 stocks in the first game. Like you're going to see that from him. I'm not worried about it. The on the ball stuff, I think will take a minute with him. Not that he's going to be terrible on the ball. Like I think he's probably going to be like a borderline average on ball defender in the NBA to start his career, but it's not going to be like super high level difference maker immediately. Yep. Second thing, over under on Cooper shaving his facial hair. I really don't like it. It looks like a shady car salesman. He should go clean cut until the full beard comes in from, Itachio or Itachio, El Tachio, whatever that letter is at the front there. I love this comment. The number of people I made comments to about the Cooper Flagg Summer League, goatee, facial hair, like, evil empire goatee, very, very many. We gotta take a look at the facial hair Cooper.
I was cool. I thought it was good. I thought it was like, hey, I have left Duke. I'm a professional athlete in the NBA. I'm going to look like a grown ass man. And I respect the attempt to do so.
Agree. Final note here on Summer League in general, and this is going to feed into what we talk about with Carter Bryant at the front here. I think that the Pacers and a few other teams across the league have really gotten teams inspired to experiment with full court pressure. That was actually like, forget the players, forget anything like that. My biggest single Summer League takeaway is that very clearly NBA teams are really interested in experimenting with full court pressure and forcing teams to start their offense later in the shot clock and thus trying to diminish their efficiency. The number of teams that I saw experiment with full court pressure defensively at Summer League particularly was exceptionally high. And I think that's going to be a real thing that we see early in the regular season. Stylistically, I think that's actually my biggest takeaway from what we saw.
That's interesting because now that you say it, I agree. I think when I watched it, I was just like, oh, this must just be guys trying to prove something or teams. I guess it is just teams trying things out. I didn't think about the actual correlation to let's see what this looks like in general. I have a few as well. Split screen interviews. I don't need to see the other guy on the screen. You don't need to show me that they're interviewing Scotty Barnes. I can just hear his voice. And I thought it was hilarious. The random dudes that try to take over games, like Kenneth Lofton taking over Boston Celtics games was just like pure gold in some of the Summer League. So those were my very important takeaways.